should never play Fortnite alone, and this is why. The story begins when Fahad's mom forgot to pick him up from school one day. So the 11-year-old was forced to run home in the pouring rain. When he got home, he ran upstairs to play Fortnite and made it his mission to get a victory royale that night. He played for hours and hours but couldn't seem to catch a dub. After playing for 8 hours straight, Fahad's eyes went completely bloodshot and he thought he was gonna have a heart attack. That round, he made it to the last player, but unfortunately he died. He was so mad that he started shaking uncontrollably and then collapsed in his gamer chair. But before I tell you what happened, I found an app where you can play Among Us or Fortnite with your best friends on FaceTime. Links in my bio if you wanna play too. 3 hours later, his mom found him in his gamer chair completely lifeless. When the paramedics arrived, they found out he had died from a heart attack due to the stress of the game.
These real-life glitches caught on camera prove the Matrix is actually real. Watch as this guy travels back in time to warn himself from being hit with a huge metal fence. Now I want you to watch this lady very closely. Did you see that? She disappears into thin air. And this guy lost his baseball helmet, but if you watch closely, the helmet lands perfectly back on his head. And this interviewer clearly had a glitch, but I guess this is just an update?
Should never trust a chiropractor, and this is why. In 2015, a 52-year-old man went to his chiropractor complaining about a sore neck. So the chiropractor laid him down on the table and pulled on his neck just like that. Moments later, he began to sweat profusely and became very pale. He then collapsed to the floor and was immediately rushed to the hospital. When he got to the hospital, the doctors discovered he had broken 2 vertebrae in his neck and he sadly died.
These real-life glitches caught on camera prove the Matrix is actually real. These two guys were just messing around until one of them decides to lag midair. During this 1992 Mike Tyson boxing fight, you can see someone recording in the background with a cell phone. But cell phones with cameras weren't actually invented till 2002. In 2017, home security footage caught this alien-looking creature walking across the driveway. Was it really an alien or Dobby the elf? And this bird in Thailand was lagging until one guy stopped the glitch, and I guess this is just an update. Like for part 2.
You should never trust a photographer, and this is why. Zoe Fit was a model on Instagram who was doing a photo shoot with a photographer she thought she trusted. But when Zoe went into the bathroom to change, she noticed a small light on one of the charging bricks. So she unplugged it from the wall, and when she looked on the back, she found a memory chip inside. And when she got home, she plugged it into her computer and was horrified with what she saw. But before I continue, I've been using this crazy app that lets you prank your friends by changing their text messages. Links in my bio if you want to try it too. Zoe found hundreds of videos of her and other models that fell victim to the hidden camera. Zoe was devastated and weirded out by the whole situation. And the crazy part is that you can get these exact same cameras on Amazon or Walmart.
These videos may seem innocent, but actually have a terrifying backstory. This video shows a man playing Dance Dance Revolution while some teens unknowingly record him and make fun of him. 6 months after this video was taken, the man, Adam Lanza, would shoot his own mother 4 times in the head while sleeping, then drive to Sandy Hook Elementary School where he murdered 23 people. This video shows magician Tommy Cooper having a heart attack on live TV. The audience, as well as his assistant, thought it was part of the show, so they laughed along as he died on stage. This video shows a popular CSGO streamer showing off his new McLaren. However, he was banned from streaming a week later for hacking, and this caused him to have a mental breakdown. So he purposely crashed his car into another van, killing himself, a mother, and her child. This video shows a band performing minutes before the venue burnt down and killed everyone inside. Even creepier, the band's name was Burn. This boy smelled something weird on a school bus, but takes one look at his bus driver and immediately takes cover. Troy was just a regular kid in grade 3, but always had a peculiar sense for danger. His family lived out in the country, so every day he'd take the school bus an hour and a half to and from school. Every single day, his bus driver was a super nice guy named Ed. But one day after school, Ed was nowhere to be seen. Instead, there was this strange looking woman who was acting completely abnormal. Troy took his seat like normal, but immediately knew something was wrong. Instead of taking the regular route, the bus driver took a turn onto the highway and sped up to 150 miles an hour. All the kids in the bus began freaking out, but when Troy smelled something funny, he knew there was only moments before disaster. But before I continue, I found this app where you can prank your friends by changing their text messages. Links in my bio if you want to try too. Troy pulled out his phone and called 911. Police caught up minutes later and arrested the bus driver. Turns out she was drinking and driving. Winning the lottery is the worst thing that can happen to you, and this is why. In November 2006, the Florida lottery jackpot was $30 million. Abraham and his wife were driving home one night when they decided to pull into a gas station. They bought a lottery ticket and it changed their lives forever. The next day, the winner was announced and they won the $30 million. They moved out of their small apartment and bought a mansion, 3 cars, and even a private jet. They were living the lives they'd always dreamed of. But after only 3 months, Abraham noticed strange things happening around the house. His wife became extremely paranoid and delusional, saying that people were coming to kill them. One night he came home to find his wife staring at the wall blankly with a gun in his hand. She turned around and pointed the gun directly at Abraham. But before I tell you what happened, I found this app where you can prank your friends by changing their text messages. Links in my bio if you want to try too. She actually murdered Abraham that night and was sentenced to life in prison.